morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at, ladies and gents. I am Korei Isagami, your resident tinkerer at Medarot, and this is the Medarot News Network, bringing you all the latest developments and happenings with our favorite pet fighting robot series. Well, as you see, it looks like ZOIDS is officially back up for another run, and this makes run number 4, actually, if you compare previous runs with starting with the original Wild Zero, with the original ZOIDS, the rerun that gave us New Century, and now we are going back to New Century once more for 2 more alternative forms to the Zero Liger, alongside a teaser of another handful of models that will be coming over the course of the next couple weeks. So I am very excited for what the month of March is going to be featuring as we crest into the tail end of February and into March. But there still are a handful of other very exciting things that are announced in this week's episode for the Meta News, so let's not waste any more time and hop right into it. That being said, let's go ahead and jump right into what was officially announced for this week, and starting with the gacha banners and who to expect. Now, featuring, of course, the new spearheading for this run of the collab are 2 brand new versions of the Zero Liger, much like you saw. The first of which is ZSZ02 Liger ZS, or the Liger Schneider, with a kit of Beam Slash, Laser Sword, Beam Claw, Biped Legs, and Sparkle. And then we also have the Liger Panzer with ZSZ03 Liger ZP, with an all-new kit of Missile Cannon, Range Missile, Power Range Napalm, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Bomber. So it already goes to show right from square one that both Schneider and Panzer are going to be very heavily emphasized on optic and gunpowder DPS respectively. And no matter which way you go, you're going to have a very solid DPS in any team you choose to use them on. Just be mindful as you go after your banners that some of them do require more setup than others in order to use. Schneider, for instance, has no CG sustain, so you will have to consider that in your build. Panzer most likely will be useless against anything that has a gunpowder guard of any kind, so just something to keep in mind. But those aren't the only 2 models that are going up for grabs this week as well, or for the next several weeks, I should say. So I'm going to step aside here for just a little bit as we move on to the next screen, because we have all of the previous ZOIDS collaborations from all previous runs, minus Wild Zero for some strange reason, that are officially up for grabs for the next few weeks as well. From the original run, we have Blade Liger, Command Wolf, G-Soar, and D-Soar. In the second run, we got D-Sting, Gojulas, and S-Swarter. And the first run of the New Century gave us Liger Zero and B-Fuhrer. I'm not going to go through all the kits specifically because it is a lot of bots, but I am going to forewarn you that if you miss the first couple runs of the ZOIDS collab and this is going to be your jam, I'm going to wish you the best of luck, because it is a lot of banners that are up for grabs this time around, and the rates are definitely going to be very hit and miss unless you're having fun with Lady Luck this week, or for the next several weeks. So I do wish you the best of luck with all of those. Ultimately, there really isn't any major priority order as far as who to go after between the new ones and the reruns, and all of them are kind of situationally based, so you really can't go wrong with picking 1 or 2 if you have to prioritize and not go after all of them. So don't be pressured to go after all of them unless you are a hardcore ZOIDS guy, but if you are, I wish you the best of luck. So let me go ahead and step right back in here real quick while I move to the side with the next screen. Now for boosted rates that are going to be going on, there we go. For boosted rates that are going to be going on with all the banners this time around, it's going to be a couple more familiar faces, or at least in terms of color scheme. As you see here for boosted rates, we have KLN03 Meisai Laiban with Melee Trap, Hyper Beam, Gatling, Biped Legs, and Nest, and his counterpart STG03 Scimitar Tooth with Head Trap, Beam Sword, Hammer, Biped Legs, and Endurance. Now, compared to all the ZOIDS collaboration models, these 2 may not seem like anything overly impressive or worthwhile, but they still have some very powerful moves all the same. Meisai Laiban having Hyper Beam puts them in a very solid move for anyone that's in need of a CG powerful DPS move, especially of an optic attribute. Same can be said for Scimitar Tooth with Beam Sword, depending on which way you choose to use him. So it doesn't really matter which one you end up going after. If you walk away with one of these 2, you can still kind of walk away with a little bit of a victory. With the Fierce battles we have going on this week, it's going to be a very mixed range and very mixed utility week. So it was honestly kind of hard to pick an MVP of the week because all 6 of them are actually pretty solid in their own rights, depending on how you choose to use them. Starting us up on this top row is MON02 Kiru Mashura with a heel trap, double sword, biped legs, and spearhead, and his twin MON03 Iru Mashura with a heel plant, double free shot, biped legs, and gunman. Then we also have PLC-01 Speed Alert with mobile boost, thunder, rifle, wheeled legs, and emergency. On the bottom row, we have HPP-01 Hippopotancia with stealth, double brake hammer, wheeled legs, and no guard. LBR-0 Libra with gravity guard, anti-air, anti-sea, float legs, and primacy. And BPB-0 Vorpal Rabbit with triple anti-air, biped legs, and bullet rain. So ultimately, like I said, it was honestly really hard to pick an MVP of the week because all 6 of them are very good in their own right, but in very different cases. There really is no this one's user-friendly in any situation, or this one is a must-have in every team comp whatsoever. So ultimately, this one's going to be kind of an up-to-you and fend for yourself week. I did mark Iru Mashura as the MVP of the week, primarily on the grounds that that free shot is very useful in most situations, generally speaking, but it still is not without its penalties either. The other ones, Kiru Mashura for basic sword, speed alert for your general mixed range hybrid interruption, Hippopotancia for heavy punish with brake hammer, Libra for your, and even Vorpal Rabbit with your anti-air coverage, and Libra with your anti-sea. So ultimately, I would farm all 6 just to say that you have them on hand as a just in case, but I wouldn't necessarily make a priority for any one of them specifically, since, like I said, they're all kind of niche fills more than anything else. Now, much like with previous collabs, we have the Medarotters that are going to be going live this week as well through the course of this collaboration. However, this time around, we don't really have any new Medarotters per se. We have 2 returning Medarotters from the most recent run of the ZOIDS collaboration, Arase and Iku, but we also have Ibuki joining the mix this time around as the one new one being added in. Just as a friendly reminder, Arase will buff mobility by 50% for 1 turn when his skill is activated. Iku will buff all stats by 100% for 1 turn, and then overload you with a 10% debuff to all stats for the next 10. So a little word of warning and caution there as well. The new one, Ibuki, on the other hand, buffs success by plus 100 for 1 turn. Honestly, that's not really a lot. I mean, an extra 100 is a higher likelihood to land, yes, and even higher likelihood of critting, I get it. But compared to most other ones which offer a percentage-based or even a higher bonus or stacking bonus, plus 100 really doesn't seem like too much. So, ultimately, I would prioritize Arase out of this one first as the big priority Medarotter, and then after that, just kind of go after whoever you need. But I wouldn't necessarily say any of them are particular must-haves outside of Arase, because he offers a flat mobility boost as a passive, and then his ability on top of that makes it even more worthwhile. For the events this time around, it's going to be a grand slam, because they are re-releasing all the previous ZOIDS events and their rewards up for grabs as well, which includes all previous medals, all previous profile banners, and of course from the first run, Shield Liger is officially up for grabs as well, with a kit of charge guard, double beam sword, biped legs, and auto charge. Those are previous events. For the current event that will be going up this week with Schneider and Panzer, they will be seeing the opportunity to grab the Taylor medal, which is a speed nature with a mastery in melee, shooting, and setup, and legs of biped, multi, and float. We can also earn 2 new profile banners and even more rewards, and this event for this week will be featuring score attacks, so pure sets will be encouraged across the board as you plan to go through and complete out all the weekly challenges. Now, like I said, it is going to be very busy though, because they are re-releasing all the previous ones up at once and the new ones, so do make sure you keep your energy on hand, and if you missed the first run of the collab, well, the Ruby farms are officially back up and running for you as well. For Meta Survivor, though, it is going to be very exciting for a handful of reasons. The first of which is KBT12 Juke and KWG12 Manjiro, the starters and mascots from Medarot 9 on the 3DS, officially make their drop in Meta Survivor this week as well. Juke features a lot of emphasis on damage plus relative to bullet speed and crit damage bonuses. Manjiro, on the other hand, offers mobility, offers a movement speed and then proportionate damage relative to remaining armor above a certain threshold. So honestly, I'm very excited for these two. I have a very soft spot in my heart for Manjiro, and I am still maintaining the emphasis that they need to release the chibis that they make for Survivor as like shimijis or desktop pets or something like that, because I guarantee you, I'd keep these things running all day if I did. I absolutely and without a doubt would. I'm very excited for these. I wish I'd be able to actually roll for Manjiro properly, but I've got far too many URs on my current account to really put too much emphasis on that, in my honest opinion. But that's not the only piece of news. As a friendly reminder, the global release of Meta Survivor is dropping tomorrow at time of recording, February 25th, so roughly just a handful of hours from now on the JP side. After the patch does officially drop and go live, they will be officially a global option for players to change the language from Japanese to English. So I'm very excited for that. Everybody is, and it's going to be the first major drop Imagineer releases for Metabots in the Western community after nearly 23 years. To celebrate this, I will be, and I announced this earlier this week, I will be hosting a official stream tomorrow as well, February 25th, 2026 at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, where I will be playing the game on launch with a brand new count completely from scratch, and make it as a possible new chatting stream, chill stream that I can have with you guys. Now, I am currently debating on re-rolling prior to stream so I can actually have a pretty decent one to start off with. If I do, I probably will skip a handful of the early tutorials just so I can get to that point and kind of see what the game comes up with, because the gotchas are a little incessant, much like I said in my previous video, and I would kind of like to start this one off on a strong foot. I'm debating on it, but the only reason I am is just so that I'm not stuck re-rolling for 2 or 3 hours on stream and I get nothing done. So I am debating that. I will consider it through this evening, and I will let you guys know when I officially start playing tomorrow and have you guys on, and we'll just kind of see where it goes from there. And I will keep the overall gameplay very minimal, only to the point of being able to just complete the first stage and get to that first roll. So we will have to see. But that ultimately is it right for as far as the two games are concerned. I'm very excited for the global release of Meta Survivor, and I'm hoping that I'll have you guys here with me as well when I do officially stream that tomorrow. Moving on to community stuff, as always, we're still looking for translators to assist with any ongoing projects or endeavors, such as Medarot 4, 9, or any of the Reloaded or any of the manga translation projects. So if you are knowledgeable in coding or cleaning or Japanese and have some time on your hands, or if you know somebody that might be, definitely feel free to reach out to our Discord or ask me to talk about it. We will get you in touch with the right people. Or you can donate to the cause with a link to Variant's crowdfunding in the comments below. We can also commission some of those lines of text we translated on our behalf and make life just a little bit easier on the translators overall. The other big piece of news for the community is a reminder of the Ori Meta contest that is currently ongoing in the community Discord. So if you have any kind of art talent or creativity and have an original design you want to submit, definitely feel free to drop it there as well, and I would love to see what you guys come up with. There is no theme for this one. It is a free-for-all, so let your creativity soar. The winning entry, or entries, depending on how many there are that enter, will be getting the usual art, the personalized art and concept sheet, much like I have offered in the past, but I will also do a personalized row battle breakdown video of the winning entry, or entries, again, based on number of submissions that are put in before the end of the period. The duration for this one is from the 13th of February, so we're already just a little over a week in at this point, to the end of April. So we have a little under 2 months, a little over 2 months now, actually, while the contest is still ongoing. And I'm excited to see what you guys come up with, and make sure you flood that channel with brand new designs and original takes. Make sure that you do take a look at the rules, though, before submitting anything, so that all entries can be eligible for that ultimate prize. One final note before I do wrap us up, as a friendly reminder, I am also on Cards, so if you'd like to reach out to me or see any of my socials, the links, the rates for any of my commission fees or services are also there as well. There is a link here and in the comments below if you have any questions on that as well, or have any inquiries on how you can reach out to me. But ultimately, that covers basically everything for this week's episode. So it's going to be a busy month of March, ultimately, with as far as Meta S and Meta Survivor is concerned. And on top of that, it is also my birthday month in March, so I'm excited for that as well. I have not decided what I'm going to do specifically for it yet, so I will keep you guys informed. But ultimately, if you'd like to know more, you can follow us below on Facebook at the Medarot News Network page or the Metabots Forever community that is currently nearly 52,000 members and still growing by the day. You can also join us on Discord in the link provided in the comments below to keep an even closer ear to the ground on the action. This includes any new links to merchandise, fan art, contests, my weekly episodes, or any other big news that is worth putting out there. The Discord is the first place you will hear it before it goes anywhere else on the net. Lastly, you can also reach out to me personally on any of my socials at Twitter, Blue Sky, or Discord at Isagami Kura. So if you have any questions, feedback, comments, suggestions, or whatever, if you want to commission me or if you'd like to collaborate with me, I leave my DMs open on purpose for that very reason. So do not hesitate to drop on in and say hello. Just let me know why you're doing it, so I don't think it's just some random DM or a GFX bot out of nowhere that's trying to reach out to me. But with all that being said, as always, I do appreciate you all for stopping in, just as you always do. And until next time, this is your host, Kura Isagami of the Medarot News Network, signing out.